Happy Halloween, trainers, and welcome back to another episode. We're going to be taking a look at Giratina. We're not going to be going too in-depth for battles. We're just going to check out its stats, power it up, look at this nice Lucky that we're going to receive here in just a moment, and discuss its stats and moves and how well it performed going up against this Gengar raid that I tested it out on, and taking a look at various other raids, including Machamps, mostly Machamps, and then a Mischievous towards the end, using Spiritomb and Giratina. Now, the Giratina I'm going to be using is not this one. It's just another random one that I had. Now, there you go. Look at that beautiful thing. This was our first trade of the day, and it came out lucky. So, yes, that is amazing. Now, I can actually power it up without having to worry about spinning too much Stardust, because this isn't something you want to necessarily power up, I would think. It is an amazing looking Pokemon for sure. And I have to say, the performance that it gave out going up against that Gengar raid was not horrible, to be honest. It was able to take the hits pretty decently, even though I was dodging. I did take the Shadow Ball towards the end there, and I just said, let's just go with it, because I could have gotten Shadow hit, and then it would just put me into the death loop. That happens a lot of the times when you are weak to the attack that they're using. You know, say it goes to Ghost, and I don't have that much health left, but I dodge. Technically, I would still be alive because I dodged the move, but the game just registers you getting hit, and then you go into that death loop. Anyways, it performed nice. It has a massive amount of defense, which we're going to be going over right now. So here we are on the Go Hub. Now, there's something with Giratina that you need to know. It does have another form, the Origin form. This is the altered form that we're currently seeing in the raids. We're going to go over its stats and then take a look at its other form stats to show you how much better it is. So this form is going to be a Ghost and Dragon type. Max CP at 100% IV, 3,379, attack 187, defense 225, and stamina 284. So as we can see, this thing is quite the tank. And as it performed going up against the Gengar, it was just that. It was able to tank right through. And like I said, I did take that Shadow Ball towards the end, but nonetheless, it was doing quite nice. Now, let's go ahead and look at the Origin form so you can just have an idea. Now, which one do I think looks better? Probably this one, although the other Giratina is pretty cool too. Same type, Ghost and Dragon. Max CP 3,683. Attack 225. So there you go. And stamina is whopping 284. I know I skipped the defenses at 187. That is still fantastic. With an attack of 225, Ghost type, yeah, I'll take it, please. Stamina, that's quite a bit of health. So now, how are they going to do this? Are they going to allow us to have the forms that we currently have and just change them? Or are they going to probably release a whole new raid boss for this form? I think it's going to be the second option. They're going to release a whole new raid, which doesn't make sense. It really doesn't, because it takes an item. I hope they implement that, because say you power up the form that we currently have, and then you want to power this one up. Some can say, well, too bad, you should have just simply waited. That is correct. But at the same time, it would be nice if we can shift from one form back to the other. I know that's asking for the world, and I'm being sarcastic, but, you know, wouldn't it be nice? Because that's quite the investment to just go and power up a whole nother one. Now, I'm happy with this one. You know, I was lucky. It didn't cost that much. It is okay. Now, with that said, let's get back on to the stats and discuss the moves and what it's weak against and all that. So we already took a look at that. As we can see, the other form is better. Now, if we can drop these in a gym and say when PvP comes out, this is not going to be a bad option to use, to be honest with you. It has multiple charge bar moves, and they're not the strongest around. I understand that. And if they pull out, say, a dark or normal type, you're going to kind of get walled. But at the end of the day, the defense is so massive, and same with the stamina. So let's go ahead and take a look. Best moveset is going to be Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw with a DPS cycle of 16.32. It's going to be weak against Dark, Dragon Fairy, Ghost, and Ice type, resisting a pretty good amount, fighting normal, bug, electric, fire, grass, poison, and water types. All right. Hey, not too sure what happened to the other website, but we're over here on the Game Press to take a look at the top movesets for Giratina. Now that's going to be number 1, Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, Dragon Breath, Shadow Sneak, Dragon Breath, Ancient Power, and Shadow Claw, Ancient Power. I don't recommend you go with Ancient Power whatsoever. That's just another move they threw into the move pool, I suppose. And you also have to remember, if they release it again with its signature move one day, don't power up a bunch of these Giratina. If you want to have fun with one, go for it. But you know the drill, right? Don't waste all that Stardust and rare candies. Anyways, so there you have it. The personal move that I'm going for is Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak, depending on what I'm trying to do. If I'm going up against something that's weak against Ghost, obviously I'm going to go with Ghost moves. If I'm going up against something that's weak to Dragon types, then I'm going to go with Dragon moves. I'm going to go with Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There is no other Dragon sets there. So there you have Giratina. It is a fun Pokemon to use. It looks amazing, and it's just a very neat Pokemon to have, I suppose. Otherwise, there is going to be better options for your Ghost types, but you do have to keep in mind Giratina may be useful for when PvP comes out, because it's going to be able to tank through certain things. And not only that, it is one of the dragons that are not going to be 4 times weak to ice. You know how every dragon's basically 4 times weak because they're dragon and flying type. You do have Latios and Latias that are not taking 4 times weakness to ice, but other than that, Giratina is going to be a good option. The Latios and Latias, as a matter of fact, are putting out a lot more damage, and but they can't take the hits like Giratina can, right? So there you have the moves. Okay, now final thoughts on the Giratina, the current form that we have. Should you power it up and max it out, or just power it up a little bit and have fun with it? I recommend power it up a little bit. Completely maxing it out is unnecessary, and it's just not going to, benefit you. On the other hand, if you have a lucky, I say go for it. As soon as I accumulate some more candies from raids, I'm going to definitely probably max this thing out, because I am decently happy by the performance by it going up against Gengar. And like I said, this might be something fun to throw in a PvP match, depending on how all that will work and the rules that they allow you to. I don't know if they're going to let you use legendaries. I assume they will. There's going to be a free-for-all, no legendaries, and then specific rules, right? So we'll just have to see how that plays out. But for the current meta, yeah, just, have a little fun with it, and that's pretty much it, folks. There's nothing to it. It's not going to be something that's going to come into the battle and just help you dominate a raid, okay? If you're going up against a Gengar, you're not going to be putting on much damage, and you're probably just going to run your clock out, honestly. So there you have Giratina. Very cool looking Pokemon, and I'm happy I was able to do this on Halloween. In other news, we're over here on good old Kevin's Twitter, and there has been an update for Pokemon Go. I haven't updated it yet. There was nothing in the Play Store. Shedinja's capture rate is 6%. That's just the normal capture rate. It's not going to flee or anything. It's going to be a breakthrough or a research box. You're just going to claim it and then catch it, and eventually you'll get it, right? And I'm excited for that because I have my box ready to go. I did not claim it, so it should be a Shedinja. Sorry, I said Shedinja. There you go. It just feels so weird. Shedinja. All right, anyway, I'm done. So, yeah, that should be fun. Interesting, right? What's going on here, guys, with this Pokemon? It has literally 1 HP in the main series games. What are they going to do for it? They're going to literally have to give it its ability. Is this the introduction of abilities, folks? Are we going to see the abilities introduced into Pokemon Go? And if anything, maybe just this one, and they're going to gradually go from Pokemon to Pokemon with special little events introducing abilities. That wouldn't really make sense. It would just give them the advantage over other Pokemon. They would have to kind of bring it out all at the same time, although Shedinja would be a good place to start because it's literally going to be useless, 1000% useless if it doesn't have it. Wonder Guard, meaning that it's only going to be able to take damage from super effective hits. Just for a little bit more reference, we're over here on Bulbapedia. If you're not aware of what that is, it's kind of like an encyclopedia, dictionary, if you will, of all Pokemon moves and Pokemon and other stuff regarding the franchise. So here we are with Wonder Guard. Only super effective moves will hit. So it's pretty neat. Let's go back so we can see what exactly it's weak against. So let's just go ahead and scroll down here and have a good old look-see. The move pool on this thing is not great. I mean, I used it in the main series games, and to be honest with you, you can really destroy your opponent because if they don't have something that's super effective, game over. So keep this in mind. If it does receive this special move and it's dropped in a gym and you're attacking it, it's doing no damage, all right, this is what you're going to need to actually hit it. Flying, Rock, Ghost, Fire, and Dark. Those are the only moves that it's going to be able to take damage from. Otherwise, it's going to be immune to normal, fighting, poison, ground, bug, steel, grass, electric, psychic, ice, dragon, and fairy. So this is a really cool Pokemon now, as you can see, and why it has 1 HP. These things were amazing in the main series games for strategy, but as far as Pokemon Go is concerned, there is no turn-based, strategy. So it's just basically go into the battle and tap away. If that is the case for this Pokemon, there is no hope for it. So I have to continue to drag this on, and I'm sorry, it has to receive its ability. Otherwise, it's going to be a literal prize, the most useless Pokemon in the game. Not the worst, but it's not going to be useful whatsoever. It's going to be a cool thing to have. Poke, are you going to max it out? I don't know. Maybe if this video receives 1,000 likes, I'll max it out completely immediately. Oh gosh, what have I done? Please, no, don't. I don't know if I'd want to do such a thing unless it did receive its ability. And with that said, trainers, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be bringing you more later. Hopefully I can do some spooky raids or gym battles or something like that, and maybe take my powered up Giratina to a gym and see how we'll perform against that there. So I hope you all have a great time tonight. Be safe out there. Don't eat too much candy, and I'll be catching you all next time.